Greetings, everyone. This is First Centurion 753 with the second episode of the Axis Spain series of Hearts of Iron 4. In this series, we are going to begin with some troop deployment as well as diplomatic analysis, possibly leading towards battle plans once troops are deployed. And we also have to address the national focus set, which I failed to do last time. And looking at our research, which is the most important area for national focus, it looks like light tanks and prepared defense are two areas of research that will be impacted by this new national focus. Since the national focus will be complete in 70 days, and these two issues have a number of days to go after 70. So it's safe to pursue national focus along one of these lines. This could give us mechanization national focus. Equipment effort 2, or land doctrine if we are going to focus on the ground forces. We also might want to consider an armament effort or a construction effort, as they will add building slots and military factories. One in Catalonia, the other in civilian factory in Catalonia, and the military factory in Granada. Taking a look at our factories, we have 8 military factories fully equipped, and we are using 17 civilian factories. In the production menu, well, let's take a look at the construction menu actually. There are 9 factories which can be used for trade. We are currently using 3, and the remaining 6 are being used for synthetic refinery in Madrid. Once we start the clock, several of these will probably move towards trade as we increase the amount of trade. Oh no, that's all settled. Okay, so civilian factories we don't have to worry about. Military factories, I think we're good with them as well, so I'm going to go ahead and pursue a national focus down the army effort line chain. I think the best one to do at this point is going to be the doctrine effort, which will increase our army experience as well as give a research bonus to land doctrine. This military doctrine defines ground combat in the Great War, or defined ground combat in the Great War, are outdated. We must put our greatest minds to the task of shaping the military thought of tomorrow. Let's go ahead and pursue the doctrine effort. And again, our pursuit down the grand battle plan doctrine line has us currently researching prepared defense. This national focus, once it achieved, will shorten that research stem length and will extend to grand assault, which will help us with army breakthrough and soft attack. At that point, we're going to have to decide whether we're going to go down the line of assault doctrine or infiltration doctrine. And that will require further analysis. With national focus achieved, let's analyze our diplomatic situation. Current Axis powers include the German Reich, Italy, and Slovakia. Allied powers are strictly members of the United Kingdoms Commonwealth plus the country of France. And the Comintern is Soviet Union with a few satellite states. Taking a look at the Axis powers, Germany. They will accept us joining their faction. However, in order for us to ask, we need a world tension of 50%. Currently, our world tension is at 44%. However, noticing this date of August 14th, 1939, it is well known that on September 1st, the Germans invaded Poland, starting World War II. So it is likely that we will have enough national focus, or enough world tension to join the Axis faction within 2 weeks. This will mark the beginning, historically, will mark the beginning of the invasion of Poland. However, on the Western Front, things remain fairly quiet until spring of 1940. So that does give us more time. We probably could join the war effort as soon as the Axis powers declare war on the Allies. However, if we can't, and again, I haven't played this game in the past, I haven't played this version of the game in the past, we will have time to we should have time to justify a war goal against the country of France. Again, the resources in France are going to be our objectives, particularly the region of Aquitaine and southern France near the Mediterranean. In order to acquire these regions, we are going to deploy troops closer to the French borders. First deployment order will be for the 2 divisions de Infanteria, Division 71 and 72. Let's deploy them to the high ground mountains in Navarre. Three divisions of infantry here, the 41st, 42nd, and 43, will be deployed to Catalonia in the hills of that region. Additionally, we need some more mobile troops. Let us reinforce with the cavalry from Madrid. And then we need further deployment to North Africa. While these 3 divisions are committed to keeping Gibraltar in check, as well as these 3 in the north, we have 2 divisions here in Valencia, who we are going to redeploy to North Africa. Okay. At this moment, I believe these are all the orders I'm going to issue prior to starting the clock. So let's go. All right, troops are being deployed. We have our 2 divisions out of Valencia embarking. And the next location will be in 8 hours. Troops deploying north. 9 hours and 1 day. As well as these troops, which will take 23 hours. Okay, let's speed up things here. And I think we're going to go ahead and add a deployment queue here for an armored division. Unfortunately, due to my experience points, I can't adjust these divisions too much. All I could really do is remove one of these infantry divisions. What I would like to have are more mobile infantry divisions, or possibly a division designed solely of tanks. But we'll have to make do with what we have for now. Okay, our troops seem to be deployed in their areas. And now it's time to draw battle plans. In order to draw battle plans, we'll have to commit troops to certain armies. And we'll have to address theaters of war. First theater of war. Or actually the first army. We can assign Field Marshal. Jose Torando. And under his experience, we're going to go ahead and issue battle commands. Front line will be set here. Actually, that's too big of a front line for me. Let's see if I can get rid of that. Okay, and I wanted to keep the front line. Oh, it looks like they're not going to allow me to keep a small front line here. I'd like to restrict it to the eastern half of this border with France. And like I said in the previous game, I had some difficulty with these battle plans. Haven't quite figured them out completely just yet. Front line. I guess we're stuck with that battle line. Might as well assign these to the line as well. And they have now joined the First Army. Let's establish them along the same battle line. Actually, it looks like we'll now have two battle lines. And it appears we've encountered some French troops on the border. Further battle plans. Join these armies into the Second Army. These divisions in the Second Army. Alright, we now have 4 divisions in the Second Army. And let's establish a front line here. With our front lines established, it's time to plan an offensive route. This will take us north into the region of Bordeaux. And war with Poland has broken out early. Germany declaring war on them 4 days ahead of time, causing French troops to move away from their front. Okay, we now have 4 divisions assigned to the battle plan of capturing Bordeaux. And we'll pull these 5 divisions in. Let's add our cavalry here. And these 5 divisions we'll plan a two-step assault. First to Montpellier. And then, secondly, towards Toulon. So the First Army is now in charge of capturing the French southern coast, while the Second Army is in charge of capturing Bordeaux. In the south, we have 5 divisions here. We're going to assign to the Third Army. Poland has now joined the Allied forces. This Third Army will establish a front line. And we'll set battle plans. For an invasion of North Africa. Okay, these battle plans should give us an initial advantage, having more prepared troops. And now I think it's fair enough to wait and see what type of events unfold in the north. Looks like we have 3 instances of combat along the German, Polish, and Slovakian borders. And let's go ahead and speed up the clock. Germans have opened up a third front, or actually, I'm sorry, a fourth front, fourth attack, coming out of Prussia. And let's see how long it takes the Soviet Union to join. At 64%, it is time for the nationalist Spain to attempt to join the fascist faction. Drastic decision by France to ban communism. And at this point, it's time to achieve our first goal, which is to join Spain with the Axis powers. Let's go ahead and pause to take a look at this. Ask the German Reich to join the Axis. This will allow you to call each other to war. The faction leader is the German Reich. If you have sent any volunteers to the faction members, they will be sent back. German Reich is currently winning war with Poland, England, British Raj, France, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and South Africa. This will change world tension. So this will likely bring us into war with France, probably ahead of our production schedule, before we could deploy tanks. So we're going to have to take some time to contemplate whether or not we want to initiate the invasion of southern France or wait for armored divisions. I'm going to go ahead and send this proposal to the Germans anyway, and to become part of the Axis faction, as was one of the first goals of the series. German Reich has accepted our request to join their faction. We stand together. We are now members of the Axis powers. Germany, as we can see in green, is the leader, while Spain, Slovakia, and Italy are the minor members. Our battle plans are drawn up against the French. And now looks like we have more information from our allies on what is happening on their fronts. This is about 20 minutes into the episode, and I believe it's a good place to stop. Next episode, we'll begin considering our military options against France and other allied members. Let's see, I just want to close the country list here. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any comments, suggestions, strategies, feel free to leave them below. Hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you did. And I'll see you next episode.